It's mid-December. There's a lot of holiday functions, Christmas parties, family events. You're deciding what to bring. Should you bring a bottle of wine or something more interesting? That's what we're talking about today, starting right now. Hey everyone, I'm Chris. I'm one of the guys on the team. Jessica will be back next week. She would be participating in this video, but sometimes she thinks my ideas are kind of silly, or maybe she would actually want to do a wine video, so maybe she'll do that in the future. This is Francis Ford Coppola's Merlot Director's Cut is what it's called. You see this film strip label going around it. I thought it was a fun connection to our YouTube videos. Jessica hasn't liked this wine as much. I like it fine. I think it's a nice wine, and like I said, it's kind of a fun connection to videos and film. But enough about wine, let's get to some of these beers. Now the fun part about craft beers is sort of the silly names and the fun labels. Like this one, Smog City Brewing Company, it's brewed in Torrance. So this one's not exactly local, but it's kind of just a fun can with that saber-toothed squirrel, which is kind of fun. Now sticking with the animal theme, we've got Belching Beaver. Here's Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Stout. Now speaking of family functions, I tried to wrangle my father-in-law. You may have seen him in a couple of videos. I label him as Robert the Elder. He's Bobby's grandpa, named after him, Robert. Anyway, it was kind of a harebrained idea to drag him in here before the family function. We didn't shoot it, but we did do some sampling. So Robert the Elder's note on this Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Milk Stout was he thought it should have a scoop of vanilla ice cream in there. I thought that was a good idea. So continuing the theme from Peanut Butter Milk Stout, we have Dragon's Milk White Double Barrel Urgent White Stout here. So this Dragon's Milk is actually in bourbon barrels, and sometimes wine's in bourbon barrels or beer, and it gets a little bit stronger when they do that. So this one's 6% alcohol percentage. Now both of these, the Belching Beaver and the Dragon's Milk, the idea for these actually came from my neighbor Spencer. And some of you that are my clients might already know Spencer. He's a pest control guy, and when we have an inspection, if something pest related comes up on there and we need a second opinion, sometimes I'll ask Spencer to go in there and check it out, and sometimes he ends up being a client of my client. Anyway, I tried to wrangle him into shooting this video with me too. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance later tonight after all the kids go to bed. We'll come in here and do a tasting. Another thing neighbor Spencer mentioned on that Belching Beaver with the peanut butter milk stout is there's word that Belching Beaver is going to bring in a microbrew here in Old Town Murrieta, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, see if that actually happens. That would be fantastic. Until that rumor comes to fruition, Belching Beaver is actually a San Diego brewery. Some other San Diego breweries that I like, Pizza Port. Jessica grew up in Fallbrook, so Pizza Port's down there in Oceanside. That's sort of one of those more original type of microbrews that they've been around for a couple decades now, I think. Alright, moving on from Pizza Port that I just mentioned, it's a pizza place with the microbrew. This one here, Stadium Pizza. Stadium Pizza on Tuesday nights has BOGO, buy one, get one on their pizzas. So kind of a fun thing to do with Jessica or even neighbor Spencer, like I just mentioned, is go order 2 pizzas, buy one, get one, have a beer in the bar. Stadium has a lot of brews. This just happens to be one that I like the can, so I bought this one. It's a Southpaw Blonde, so this is a lighter beer. Another local microbrewery is Oscar's Brewing Company. Oscar's has a great facility and a great location right in the middle of Temecula here on Rancho, California by the duck pond. I will say, when I was trying to pick up these cans to shoot on this video, it was sort of a process. They had the empty cans, and the bartender, he would actually pour the beer into these cans, and he created the can by putting the cap on it and everything. So it kind of turned into quite the ordeal to purchase it to go. Convenience and accessibility, that's an important part. This was supposed to be a video about what you could bring to a party. So here's another local brewery, Garage Brewing Company in Temecula. See that Blonde Ale 951? That's our area code around here, 951. Garage Brewing in Temecula, that's probably the most established microbrewery around here. You'll see it in Barron's. A lot of the grocery stores around here will be carrying this product now, so it would be easy to get and then take to a party. So that's an important factor. Alright, I've been saving the best for last. 8-Bit Brewery in Murrieta. If you've seen some of our other videos, you'll know that I'm partial to Murrieta when it's Murrieta versus Temecula type of discussions. That's why I like 8-Bit the best. They're from Murrieta, and they really are the best in my opinion. We took the whole family to 8-Bit this weekend. There's lots of kids running around, a lot of families. It's a restaurant. There's also an arcade where, believe it or not, you can still play a game for 25 cents. They got a lot of the throwback retro games, playing on the 80s nostalgia with the 8-bit branding. Just check out this can. Here's the 8-bit guy. So that's why I picked this can. Now as far as convenience and accessibility, I do think you have to go into 8-bit to purchase these products, but they did have them right there in the display case where you could buy them and go fairly quickly. So I think that's a nice compromise between garage brewing, which is in a lot of places, and Oscar's, which took a long time for the guy to actually make the can. I would highly recommend 8-bit to just check out, or even go grab a fun product like this and bring it to a party. Let me know in the comments if I missed any local breweries or if there's any obvious misses on my part. I'm actually not an expert in this stuff, so I'm always interested to see what you have to say in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.